George Michaelowski with Pittsburgh Sports Now.
And I'm Jamarius Burton. Welcome to the Just Buckets podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the Just Buckets podcast. This is the Pitt Cheer Edition. Today, I am welcome with two special guests. Can you ladies please introduce yourselves?
Avery.
I'm Kirsten.
And where are y'all from?
I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
And I'm from Mountaintop, PA. It's like Scranton, if you know the office.
So, how long have you ladies been here at Pitt?
So I'm a sophomore. I'm going into my junior year. Been cheering since my freshman year.
And I'm a junior. I'm going into my senior year, thank goodness. And I've been cheering since my freshman year.
Got you. So, y'all both been on the team since y'all freshman year at Pitt. I want to talk a little bit about, your childhood and growing up and when Pitt, not even Pitt, but cheer was first introduced to you. Can you ladies please explain that?
Yeah, of course. So I actually grew up as a gymnast. So I was a gymnast till the age of 13, and you normally see a huge gymnastics to cheer pipeline. And so I was all my other friends, and I decided to do cheer as well. And I started off by doing sideline cheer. So that's just your school cheering for the football team, the basketball team. And I did that with my high school. And then, but I wanted more. I kind of wanted that competitive edge. So I decided to join All-Star Cheer at a gym called Cheer Extreme in Raleigh. And it gave me everything that I wanted and more, like the competing. I was cheering for myself instead of other teams. And it's not, All-Star Cheer isn't really your traditional cheer. There are different components to it, like stunting, tumbling, dancing. There's not really a lot of yelling, and I loved it. So, yeah.
I'm kind of coming from the same background in a way. I did cheer when I was very little, the A team, B team, that kind of stuff. And then I got into gymnastics for a few years. And then I decided to join my high school cheer team. So I was a freshman on the varsity team. I cheered all 4 years. And then coming to Pitt, I was like, I might as well carry on with the love that I have for the sport. So I tried out, and I'm on the Pitt cheer team.
Hey, what do you recommend on the menu?
That's the Top Gunner.
I'll take the Top Gunner. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. So, you talk about the gymnastics to cheerleading pipeline, right? Do you feel like, learning the gymnastics made cheering easier? Like you already knew all the flips and everything like that? Or
Absolutely.
was it some special things that you had to learn as you, transitioned to cheer?
I mean, obviously gymnastics is a lot of skill-based, and cheerleading is more hyping up the crowd. And obviously the skills are incorporated into that, but definitely having a gymnastics background helped out so much.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I don't think I would have made it to cheering at a collegiate level without the gymnastics background, because the toughness of the sport gymnastics is insane. It disciplines you so that you're mentally ready to advance to more. And even the skills, the skills are so technique based that you have to learn how to do everything correctly and properly. And because of that, it makes my life so much easier. So tumbling and conditioning for cheer and all the components that go into cheer are so much easier just because I learned it all at such a young age. And so gymnastics is completely my foundation. And a lot of people always say, they always ask, especially when they see my tumbling, they're like, did you do gymnastics before?
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty notable. Like, you can normally tell when someone's come from a gymnastics background. So.
Got you. You talk about that competitive edge that gymnastics gave you, and how, cheer incorporates that a little bit. Is there like a competition that, the mainstream, don't really know about, that y'all participate in as cheerleaders in the collegiate level?
Yeah, so funny you asked that. I'm actually part of the competitive cheer team here at Pitt, and we just got back from a huge national collegiate cheer competition. It's called NCAA College Cheer Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Daytona, Florida, and it is mentally challenging, and it's competitive, and it's aggressive, but it is just everything that I love.
Mm-hmm.
It's so rewarding when you go out there and you know that, like, you're fighting for that first place spot yourself. Like, you're fighting for your stunts to hit, your tumbling passes to, be thrown. The baskets, jumps, everything. So yeah, we just got back a few weeks ago. I'm so proud of my team. We did incredible. So yeah.
So I did the competitive for Pitt last year, and I decided to not go back this year because it is an insane amount of work and commitment. And obviously it's a lot to balance with school as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think people know how much work and time they actually put into that. And it's just insane. And I'm so proud.
Hey guys, Jamarius here. I want to thank the Scoring Factory for sponsoring the Just Buckets podcast. The Scoring Factory provides top-notch, detail-oriented training for basketball players of all ages in the Pittsburgh area. I go to Pete Strobel at the Scoring Factory to fine-tune the details of my game by focusing on the individual skills that have gotten me to this level. Come get some at the Scoring Factory.
You talk about, y'all both experience, growing up. Can y'all please talk to the audience and give like a young girl, at home some advice, if she wants to one day, be where you ladies are sitting, give her, something that, she can grasp on, that might help her, get through this process and this transition as she continues to, grow.
Yeah. So honestly, just don't give up. If you really love it, then just keep pushing towards that goal. And yeah, just don't give up, honestly.
Exactly what Avery said. My parents aren't from the States, so they don't really know what cheerleading is. So when I told them, like, oh, I want to go to college and I want to cheer in college, they're like, what? So, like, because of the fact that I didn't really have parents who knew what cheerleading was, I was kind of on my own in that regard. But if I had just given up being like, oh my gosh, that seems like so impossible, I would never have gotten here. So it's like, just keep trying, keep pushing. Like, you know what you want, and if you want it badly enough, you will most definitely get here. And it's so, like, with any sport, it's so tough, like, getting to this level. But we did it, obviously, and that's from hard work. So,
is there something that you wish you would have known younger, though? Like, if you knew it, when you were younger, growing up, training for this sport.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That would have gave you an edge.
I think if I knew that I was going to end up as a collegiate cheerleader, I kind of wish that I had started competitive cheer earlier, only because there's just such differences, like, in the way that cheerleading is from sports like gymnastics and dance and all of that. Like, the technique for cheer is just so different. So I just wish that I'd started sooner, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think definitely if you're at an older age, starting out just fresh, clean slate, it's harder to get to a collegiate level because I think starting out as a very young kid, starting that tumbling and all of those techniques, I think it's got me to where I am today. And I don't think if I started out there, I wouldn't be here. So.
Got you.
The Just Buckets podcast is brought to you by the Oaklander Hotel, where relaxed luxury meets incomparable services. Located in the heart of Pittsburgh's Oakland neighborhood, they provide extraordinary service and an upscale experience you won't forget. Book the Oaklander Hotel, the best spot for your next stay.
Let's transition to the games. Y'all
yeah.
play a big part in the games for, us, men's football. Please explain to the crowd, to the audience at home, that experience.
Oh my gosh. I mean, like Kirsten said, she really loves the competitive as well as game day. I am more a game day cheerleader. I always loved hyping up the crowd. It's an experience that only you really get to experience, and it's hard to describe that with other people because it's just like, I don't even know, just standing in that end zone or on the sideline on the court. It's just insane with the crowd, and it's all these feelings of adrenaline and happiness, and I just can't explain it. It's amazing.
It is like nothing I've ever experienced before, and I tell my parents that all the time. You feel what the crowd feels. So if you feel sad, then the crowd is going to feel sad. That's why our job is to make sure that the crowd is upbeat and happy and like positive no matter what is going on. The last game that you guys had, the sold out crowd.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane in the best way possible. Like the crowd was electric, so I could feel it on you guys. Like, like I can feel how the crowd and us affects you guys too. So it kind of pushes us to like want to like do our best so that you guys can do your best, you know? Yeah.
That's amazing. And I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. Y'all definitely contribute a lot, to the atmosphere. Can y'all talk a little bit about the experience with traveling with the team? We was fortunate enough to play good this season, have sold out crowds, like you said, and we were able to play in the ACC tournament and March Madness. Can you please explain, to the audience at home, your experience from a cheerleading perspective?
Alliance 412's mission is to connect the University of Pittsburgh's student athletes with local and national companies, charity organizations, and the community to create lasting relationships. Alliance 412 provides student athletes the opportunity to enhance their life and professional skills.
Traveling is such an opportunity, and I'm so grateful that we're able to do it. It's tough, obviously, with school and everything, traveling in the middle of the season, but it's completely worth it. I would do it over and over and over again. Seeing you guys at the games away and just like, I don't know, like it's all the little things, like seeing you guys around the hotel and like just all these little things, it just makes up the whole entire experience, and I like love it. I absolutely love it. And then seeing Pitt fans who travel from, honestly, I have no idea where.
Right.
And then you're like, what are you doing in the city? And it's like crazy because everyone comes together even though we're like miles and miles from home. So, yeah.
Yeah, just like Kirsten said, being able to travel is such a great opportunity. And myself, I haven't really gotten to go to a lot of tournaments just because you have to put your whole life on pause. But it's definitely just from watching my teammates be there and just the whole atmosphere. And it's great how the whole Pitt community comes together even far away. Like it's just incredible. And yeah, it's amazing.
412 Boxing is Pittsburgh's national youth boxing nonprofit. They give under-resourced Pittsburgh city youth an opportunity to learn to box and nationally compete. This offseason, I got my cardio and strength right at the 412 Boxing Gym. I appreciate y'all.
I want to thank you ladies for being on. Before we get off, we always have a Fueled by Roots segment. So I want to ask you both, what is your routines, going into a game day?
Oh, wow. I don't think a lot of people know how much like we put into a game day. Usually if the game starts this is for like football, but same goes for basketball and any other event that we cheer. We have to be there around like 6 hours before it even begins. So if it's a 12 or noon game, we're there at 7 a.m., which means we have to wake up at 5 a.m. because a lot goes into the glam and getting ready. We have to be ready at the bus.
Yeah.
So a lot goes into it, but it's worth it every single time.
Yeah, so much goes into it, but it's amazing. It's all part of the process, honestly. Those early morning wake-ups, sometimes they are a little rough, but as soon as your hair's done, your makeup's done, your uniform's on, you're like, oh, it's go time. It's completely worth it. For football, we have to get to the stadium insanely early, and then for basketball, it's not as early, but it's still pretty early. And then basketball games are on weekdays, and a lot of the times, like, we all still have classes.
Right.
So sometimes, you need to go full hair and makeup and uniform to class, just so that you can leave class, be done with class, and immediately go up to the Pitt. But it's all part of the experience. Like, you're walking in your uniform and you see like the zoo in there, like shirts and stuff, and you're like, oh, we'll be seeing you later. So yeah,
definitely. This was the Pitt cheer edition of the Just Buckets podcast. I want to appreciate y'all for coming on behalf of myself and the men's basketball team, and I'm sure the whole university. We definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all definitely contribute to not only basketball's atmospheres, but the atmosphere around this campus. So we appreciate you, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.